Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Okay, let's see here. Move that over there. That should work. Well, I feel better now. Once I found out that there were a whole lot of people who were unsuccessful today, I did manage to get something. Um, but yeah, there were a lot of people that were unsuccessful today. Not that I'm taking glee in that, of course. I'm very sorry that it didn't work out, but well, I didn't understand. I didn't understand the technique that one must deploy to get things that are in such demand like that, like refreshing the page over and over again. Um, My problem was I had things in the basket or the cart or the bag or whatever, but because it was taking me so long to clear my um, payment method, things began to disappear from my basket. So, note to self, next time, the individual things that you have, you just buy them one by one if you have to. Like, go to the most important thing first, pay for it, because if you don't, you can start losing things. Um, you would think it would suffice to have it in the basket and you could just take your time and complete the order. Well, that doesn't work. Best thing to do from listening to a lot of different voices, the best thing to do is to just pay for it as soon as possible. Yeah, you got to be kind of fast off the mark. Otherwise, you're going to be crying like a rat eating onions. Um, so again, I have the cookies and I have the crepes. I have the cookie mix and the crepe mix. And with the cookies, I believe with the cookies, it actually comes with the edible flour sprinkles. So I will have that to look forward to. But it was a teachable moment. I learned a thing or two, whether or not I wanted to. I learned that you just have to, you know, use that kind of technique. I didn't know that that was a thing. I had no idea that was a thing. But I know people do that for concerts. I've helped someone do that for a concert. And did I get through or not? I think I did, but they also got through, and so I wasn't needed. But yeah, refreshing that page and everything. Um, wow, what an experience! It felt like being a part of something much bigger. That's for sure. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I just regret I didn't get at the if I didn't get anything else, the jam in the box or the preserve raspberry spread, whatever you want to call it, I wanted that. Um, okay. Yeah, I wanted that. I just wanted to to hold that box in my hand and look at it and examine it and put it someplace where I could just like see it every day. You know what I mean? Like a place of prominence in the house. Maybe put like a little spotlight on it or something. And then as for the contents, well, I would use that. I would use it. Okay. But no more sense in singing a sad song about it. It was here and then it wasn't. The important thing is the incredible, successful day that has come and gone. So I'm glad for that. Um, what was that I was singing this morning? The whole town's laughing at you. Silly fool, how'd you lose such a good thing? I was jamming, wasn't I? I was singing the blues. Had a dream so near, I could have reached out and touched it, but I lost it. But I lost it. Uh, oh well. I think it was Aretha Franklin who once said, "Yesterday this time I sang a love song, but today I'm singing the blues." Connie Bomber. Oh wait, there we go. Thank you, Connie Bomber. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being here, and also, as always, being so supportive to Royal Sussex. Let's see who was here first. That's always interesting. Helen Marmon, thank you so much for being here first. How about that? Taking care of business. Yes, they're taking care of business. They are handling their business. Oh, wait, I spelled that wrong, didn't I? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I didn't spell it wrong. It jumped out at me as soon as I looked at it. See what you get for Russian? Okay. Oh, that's a quick fix. Of course, I don't need to fix it right now. I can do that later. And then it'd be like it never happened. So, I did finally get some rest. I was like up most of the night, dozing off and on, trying to you know, handle my business. And by the time it came about, I was um kind of punchy, right? But then all of a sudden I had this surge of energy that came about. And next thing you know, well, I was able to, handle my business. But yeah, I had this surge of energy come about. There we go. Oh, wait, that's still wrong. What's wrong with me? Okay. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. That's better. At least I think it is. I'm not fixing it again if it's not. The hell with it. Wow, that looks a little bit off, doesn't it? Okay. Okay. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this away again. I know my OCD will not allow me to leave it like that. So, just bear with me for just a second. I don't even know how to love you, but I'm ready to learn. Yes, I'm ready to learn. To fall in love. Yes, to fall. Okay, coming back up, you guys. Thank you for your patience. That would have drove me crazy. I couldn't unsee it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is coming back up. Where's the background? Why does that look so funny? Oh, there it is. Ah, why does that still not look right? I keep seeing the word Guinness. It's okay. Let's go on to the next one. So anyway, the court hearing. Oh wait, was there anything I needed to see in the comments? Let me take a look. Uh oh, Fancy Fancy, thank you so much for the new membership. Fancy Fancy is gifting a Royal Sussex membership. So thank you very much. And congratulations to the lucky recipient. Ella Parker, good morning to you too. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, international shipping. I know. It's frustrating, but it is a way to recognize success. And at the end of the day, that is what everybody wanted was a successful first run. And so that's what we got. So that being said, um, is there any squatties who were able to get the jam? If you want to say so, don't worry. I'm not going to freak out or something, but I will be asking you for your mailing address. If you have a home address and you want to share it with me, just put it in the email, Rose Sussex email, and I'll make sure that that you get something. Okay, I'm gonna make sure you get something. I'm gonna make sure you get exactly what you got coming. But let me know if you have it, and then let me have your home address, and you know, just put it in my email, and and I'll take care of everything. Okay. Okay. I will take care of everything. Yep. I'm gonna call a couple of my cousins and we'll all hang out and sample it together. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna all hang out and sample it together. uh, yeah, it's the way it ought to be anyway, right? So let's see. Oh, you didn't get it. Let me see. I'm hiding in Montecito where there are no leaks. Stephen, you're one of the, I've been giving Stephen Black a hard time all day because of that, but I didn't mention it earlier, but in my stupor where I was just so exhausted and wasn't really checking enough, I was too busy dozing off. I saw a post from Stephen that mentioned, that Stephen had gotten his products, and I was like, "Oh, is it time? Is it time?" And that's how I sprang into action. So if it wasn't for Stephen, I may not have received the two things I have already. So thank you, Stephen Black. Yeah, if it wasn't for you, I probably would have missed everything. And that's the truth. That was the first indication that things were up and running. Was when I saw Stephen had um, posted his receipt or his confirmation. So, that is how my day started with the purchase. And so, like I said, I got on there, I put a bunch of stuff in my cart. I could have had a complete set. Do you hear me? I was building a complete set before things took a downward spiral. That's why I'm so like frustrated, is because I almost had a complete set. And then suddenly I started losing one after the other. And do I have PTSD? Is this like a traumatic experience where I'm just going over it again and again in my head? What did I do wrong? Yes, I think that's what I'm doing right now. I am mourning the loss of opportunity. That's okay. There's always tomorrow or the next time things come around. That's what I'm gonna wait for. I'm gonna hold out for that. In the meantime, we'll just have to wait patiently. All right. Anna Boyd, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being here tonight. So the court hearing, I saw this yesterday, well, earlier today, and I didn't mention it. Okay, yesterday. It's yesterday by now. I didn't mention it because with everything else that was going on, I just didn't really have a good chance to take a look at it. And I didn't want to share any misinformation. So let me take a look at the actual story. Oh, there it is over there. It says, let's do this together. There we go. It says, major ruling in Prince Harry's security battle as case poised for a return to court. Prince Harry's appeal against a high court ruling over his security arrangements when in the UK is set to be heard next week. And the Court of Appeal has issued a ruling ahead of the hearing. How about that? And in that very small, faint print, it says Prince Harry's appeal against the High Court ruling over his security arrangement in the UK had a fresh update. The Duke of Sussex took legal action against the Home Office over the February 2020 decision of the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, RAVAC, that he should receive a different degree of taxpayer funded protection when in the country. That still does not sit well with me because he is the son of a head of state. He is the son of a head of state. And given the level of threat against any of the senior royals, I mean, they have been lucky so far. Let's just say the royal family has been very, very fortunate. They have. I could not imagine the son of a sitting United States president walking around without security. Any of the close family members, anyone who has been threatened from a member of the public, a citizen, anyone. You just can't imagine something like that. And yet, Charles III, who used to be Prince Charles, a name I've known all my life, Prince Charles, he has been such a disappointment. So anyway, the High Court was told that the decision was made as a result of a change in the Duke's status after he stopped being a full-time working member of the royal family. In a judgment in Friday's last year, retired High Court Judge Sir Peter Lane rejected the Duke's case and concluded Ravek's approach was not irrational nor procedurally unfair. Harry is appealing the case, which is set to be heard in London next Tuesday and Wednesday, the April 8th and 9th. Wow. Isn't that the premiere of the podcast, right? The 8th and the 9th. Now the Court of Appeal has ordered that parts of the appeal be held in private in order to, in an order published on Wednesday. Sir Jeffrey Godfrey, is it Jeffrey? Jeffrey Voss, Lord Justice Bean, and Lord Justice Edis said that the parties' opening submission and arguments related to non-confidential facts will be held in open court, which can be attended by the press and the public, but parts of the hearing that concern confidential facts will be held in private, meaning the press and the public cannot attend. What I believe one of the things that they told Harry is that he must give 28 days notice or something like that, which is ridiculous. If any of these senior royals need to move abruptly, right? Meaning, of course, Camilla Godzilla, the Queen Consort, Charles, oh God, William, I hate saying his name. That name, it just gets on my nerves. And any of their children, he and Kate, there's no question about the idea of making, an abrupt movement without having to give some kind of notice. And it's not fair to Harry. It really is not fair, especially if he is offering to pay for it. I don't care that they're not for hire, even though we know that that's not true. I don't care about that. Harry's entire life has been exceptional. His mother's life had been exceptional. But the royal family should manage to work their way around it. If you can get the mistress of a Prince of Wales into Westminster Abbey to be ordained in her role in front of an entire nation, right? In a sacred place like that, if you can get your mistress, if an adulterer prince and an adulterer princess can become king and queen, don't tell me what needs to be done or what can't be done or what is out of the realm of possibilities. That makes no sense. Okay? You put those two of loose morals, you put them in a church, the highest honor in the land, right? A sacred duty. And you're telling me that there's no way that Harry can pay for his own security? That is being malicious. That's all it is. It is being malicious. And it puts Harry and his family at risk. Harry shouldn't even be paying for security in the US. As far as I'm concerned, his security should be paid for. I don't care what the price is. His father has the means. It didn't take much for his father to go and buy a $3 million house next to his mistress now wife's house. And what did they say? Harry may spend upwards of $3 million a year for security. So, for the price of securing your son and your daughter in law and your grandchildren, you just up and buy a house. These economic times is affecting a lot of people, but Charles and William, they're not in any way affected by it. They will never know um, what sacrifice is, ever. Let's see. They wanted to bury this since the palace lost. Yeah, they have been trying to bury it, and it's interesting that this information comes out early today. It is very interesting how it just comes out early today when everyone was looking in the other direction. You almost wouldn't even know it was there. Thank you so much, Lex, for the super chat. Okay. All right. So let me see. Decision has evidence of this case, which is being placed before the Court of Appeal, has been agreed between the parties to be highly confidential. That evidence relates to security arrangements and threat level and assessment for the claimant and other public figures. It's obvious that such material would be in the interest of anyone wishing to harm a person within the scope of the security arrangement, and that publicizing it would risk jeopardizing the effectiveness of those arrangements. Anyway, I I'm just glad that Harry is getting his hearing. All right, let's go on. So, John Garcia says, with all King Charles did to Harry, Meghan, let me see, did to Harry and Meghan, he's playing mean. He's cruel. He is a cruel. Oh, I was about to use some language, but he's a heartless individual. He's always been petty and indecisive, and um, I really hate the way Charles was depicted in The Crown because they gave him a free pass. They gave him a free pass. He is a horrible, dreadful person, and this idea that he was in such mourning, and that they could hear him crying in the hospital over in Paris. I don't believe it. I just don't. I don't. My my thoughts is that he and Camilla probably had some exchanging humor amongst each other and some of their close friends. Um, they always treated Diana like she was a joke, and I don't think that that would change, especially Camilla. She's as heartless as they come. They both deserve each other. They really do deserve each other. I don't know who else would have them, to be honest with you. But thank you for your comment. Let me see. Okay. Well, let's get back to the as ever. Now, that was the last image I believe that Meghan posted today. As ever, let me see. And I just, oh, hold on a second. That is a little small for me. There we go. And just like that, we are sold out in less than an hour. Thank you for every last order. Stay tuned and follow along for future updates. That is going to be the way I start my day. I'm going to start my day looking for updates. Are you kidding me? That is how I'm going to start my day. My day is going to start checking for updates. Seriously, I don't have a choice. I got to check for updates because I don't know how I would handle missing another opportunity. I don't know if you all can handle me missing another opportunity. I don't know if you can handle it. I haven't shut up about it all day. Even in my sleep, I was complaining about the missed opportunity. So, for the sake of everyone's peace of mind, including my own, of course, I'm going to keep checking for updates. You know what I was thinking? Do I need to oh no, that would be so petty of me. Wouldn't it be petty of me? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I know, don't. Stop it, you guys. Whoever the individual is who has ordered more than one of those jams and was thinking if there was some way I could get this to Baron, I just I would be able to have peace of mind, and I was going to put the mailing address up, but I won't do that. That's so tacky. It would be so crass on my part, and I don't want any undue influence. I just want to do like everybody else. I just want to do like everybody else and just go online and get it on my own merit. Um, I don't expect no favoritism or anything like that. I really don't. That being said, I'll just put it up there in case you want to send me something else like a greeting card or something to that effect. How about that? But I don't expect anybody to sacrifice their raspberry spread for my sake. I don't expect anybody to do that. I wouldn't accept it. That's what I would do. I wouldn't accept it. So go ahead and try to send it and see what happened. I'm just not going to accept it. I won't. I just won't. I'm going to send it right back to you. That's what I'm going to do. I don't want any favoritism. Yeah. And no undue influence and all that kind of stuff. I won't hear of it. But yeah, and I'll put that in the I will put that in the community post in case you just want to send a postcard or something from your next vacation. But whatever you do, do not sacrifice your happiness for mine. I don't deserve it. I really don't. I'm not that person. Um, yeah, I'm gonna. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take this down. I'm gonna take that away right now. There. So, what were we talking about? All items are currently sold out. To be first to know about restocks and future collection, sign up. There you go. Sign up. Let me see here. No, I'm not pushing any money under the table. This is all moral blackmail. Yeah. Yeah, this is moral blackmail. Uh, well, I was on, what was it? I was on the Twitter earlier, and I was listening to the conversations there, and oh my God, you should have heard some of the people. If you think that I sound like I'm losing my mind, I'm pretty mild in comparison to some of the others. Was that, oh no. And Legs, did I see earlier you said that you weren't able to get anything? Is that right? Let me scroll back. Where did I see that? I thought I saw that. Oh, you said, did anyone get any honey? Yes, you can pay with your Visa or your bank card. Even though I was having trouble, I just think that there was a glitch. I think there was a glitch. That happens sometimes. Oh, I had a problem. Things disappearing. It just gave up. Yeah, pay as you go. That's what they were saying on Twitter. Pay as you go. Okay, there we go. I didn't get anything. I was at work and realized it was live. I was like, oh crap. I really wanted that honey and jam. The sprinkles too. I love putting honey. Was that a Freudian slip? I love putting money on things. I, was that a Freudian slip? Did I just let too much information out? What do I do in my off hours? Uh, right? What do I do when I'm not here? Let's see. Yes, they should, but the honey. Oh, TB, that's what bothered me is that I love raspberry. I love raspberry way more than I love strawberry. And the idea that some of this stuff is seasonal, I was like, oh my God. Do we have to wait until next year? I want the raspberry. I don't care about that other stuff. I want the raspberry. I want the raspberry spread in that decorative box container thing. And I had two of them. I had two of them. I got a message. I was trying to get three, but the message said limit two. Okay, fine. So I switched it to two. It wouldn't even let me move. And see, that's the other thing that slowed me down. It would not let me progress to the next place with three in my bag or cart or whatever the hell it was. So that was one of the problems I had. Nothing was going right for me. Okay. Oh gosh, there's a photo that is so funny, and I didn't save it, but it was a picture of the beekeeper and a picture of someone doing the Beyonce lemonade, wielding a bat at the at Megan's beekeeper. So I don't know, Legs. You may have to try that. You may have to try to go after the beekeeper and see if you can talk him into at least helping you get some of the honey. But everyone said the prices were fair. Everyone said the prices were fair. So it's just an extension of me. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, launches lifestyle brand, the lifestyle brand, and this is a interview in the what is it called? Inc. Inc. Like many startups, the home and lifestyle brand, as ever, started at the kitchen table of its founder. This week, the consumer packaged good company launched online with a curated product selection and eventually in store aspirations. You hear that, guys? In store aspirations. The team supporting this effort is small, with fewer than 10 employees. The founder has built a support group of fellow female entrepreneurs to lean on for advice. There have been a few aha moments along the way, although altogether it sounds like a familiar story until you remember the woman behind this venture is one of the most famous people on the planet. More than a year after announcing the launch of her lifestyle brand, originally called American Riviera Orchard, I was about to say orchestra. Anyway, let me get to the quotes from Meghan. Frankly, I was building out a very different business plan at the outset, says Meghan. That changed when Netflix chief content officer Bella Bellaria, am I saying her name right? Bella Bellaria, whom Meghan calls a role model and a friend, encouraged her to meet with Josh Simon, the streaming giant's vice president of consumer products. Meghan says she was blown away by the work of Simon and his team. The reach from Netflix, coupled with my vision for the brand, felt like it was going to be a really perfect match. So that is a quote from Meghan. And of course, they always have to talk about the $100 million deal, blah, blah, blah. Meghan's passion for elevating everyday moments in beautiful yet simple ways and seeing how that comes to life in the show inspired us to help bring her vision to life through a curated assortment of products, says Simon. We're happy to partner with her. You hear that? Netflix is happy to partner with her. I bet they're really happy right now. Okay. Oh, listen to this. They have tremendous experience with licensing deals and turning brands and shows into really good products. Like Bridgerton, says Meghan, referring to the hit Shonda Rhimes series. Uh-huh. And right here it says, I'm firing on all the same cylinders to understand how they can work together, says Meghan, who says the show has already given her more insight into customer base. Okay. All right. So, anyway, I was just looking for some quotes from the Duchess, and we're good. Let's move on. Let's move on. Again, that article is in the Inc. It's an online magazine, Inc. Now, Daniel Martin. Daniel Martin is a ride or die. Uh, I'm finding that out more and more every day. Daniel Martin is a ride or die. Let's see here. Daniel Martin says that troll's livelihood has been based on hate, and she won't stop because she needs the money. She's worn out because karma's you know what, and our light is drowning out her dark soul. Yeah, that is a that is Daniel Martin letting somebody have it. So yeah, he decided to drag some of the trolls today, or one of the trolls at least, decided to give somebody a good dragging. Um, I kind of could see that Daniel was a cut up though. You could see Daniel was a cut up. He's got your back. Now, trigger warning, you guys, trigger warning. I really, really listen. I know. But I'm going to let you hear. I'm going to let you hear what she had to say today. I know, trigger warning. That, of course, is Elizabeth Holmes. And in the past, she made a name for herself with the Sussex Squad by saying some less than flattering things about Meghan. But listen, I keep saying we just have to put that behind us. We have to put that behind us. It's a new day. It seems as though she has some connection to the Sussexes or to Archwell or whatever. So I'll let you hear.
The screaming inside my head, but I know.
Oh wait, is that the one?
Elizabeth Holmes? Yes.
Okay, listen to this. Listen to this. Oh wait, should I do that now? Oh, you know what? You know what? Let me see here. Do I want to play that now? Let me see. Can you help a girl slash nerdy retail reporter out? Oh, I don't think I saved that one. I don't think I saved that one, so that's why I can't find it. So basically, she's asking she's asking anybody who received things from the As Ever to please get in touch with her so she can share the experience of what it's like, because she tried and tried and tried to get something from the website and nothing worked. Nothing worked. She tried, just like the rest of us. She tried and nothing worked. Okay. So she was asking, if you have received something, let me know. And then right here it says, putting a lot of hope in these two words, coming soon, right? You see that? So she's putting all of her hopes in those two words, coming soon. All right. It gets better. It gets better. Hold on. All right. And then this happened. And then this happened. See the guy on the left side? He rings the doorbell. He's ringing the doorbell. I'm trying to set this up for you. He rings the doorbell.
Holmes? Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Elizabeth Holmes? Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Would you look at what just? Do we dare open it? Don't want to open it. I just want to look at it. Let's start with the card. I don't recognize that H anywhere. H anywhere. Of the screaming in the. Also, that does not have the soundtrack of the screaming inside my head. I know that you will add this of the screen inside my head. Where are my Charlotte Yorks at? Because
Elizabeth Holmes?
yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Okay. So if you could not make sense out of what I was just playing, she expressed her frustration that she could not get anything from the website. And then she said, I'm pretty sure that I can hunt down the raspberry spread, right? She was sure that she would be able to get at least the raspberry spread. So she put that out there in the universe. Or should I say, she put that on Instagram. And then suddenly there's a messenger at the door. Elizabeth Holmes, hi, yes. And he gives her the package. And then she, of course, has to set her phone up for the whole thing. That's her Ring camera, by the way. And look at there. She put do not disturb on her phone because Sonia Johnson, I just saw that out the corner of my eye. Oh, I just saw that out the corner of my eye. Anyway, in capital letters, no less. And so there she receives a box with her handwritten envelope, her name on it, Elizabeth. I'm sure you recognize the calligraphy, don't you? Anyway, then she holds it up. In case you couldn't hear it, she says, I recognize that H anywhere. Did she say H or M? Anyway, oh yeah, the letter H on her name on the envelope, the way it has the embellishment there. So then she holds up the envelope to the camera, right? And I'm just a girl sitting in front of a box asking, how will I open any of this because it's all so pretty? Please add the required audio to this unboxing. In other words, she's not going to put any sound to it. She wants you to add the audio for her. Now, one of the squatties saw the video and did not take it too well. It says here, you have got to be flipping kidding me. She got a PR package? What the heck? I'm giving Meghan and her team the benefit of the doubt. They didn't know that they didn't know Elizabeth used to be a nasty, vicious troll of Meghan's because this isn't cute. Yes, I don't believe people can change. For the most part, I'm sorry. Yes, I do believe people can change, but for the most part. But I also think that it says a lot about you when you troll or write vicious commentary about a woman who is already getting a horrific amount of press abuse and was pregnant at the same time. So, well, you guys, like I said, I don't know. I just and mind you, I do not follow her on social media, but a few of the squatties shared different things today. So, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I am speechless, but I have to say something because I'm here, right? Joan Garcia says, Barron, did hater tabloids and Netflix paid Harry and Meghan $100 million? Who really knows? Would Netflix announce contract amount of people they have deals with? I hate the idea that number is thrown around constantly because the truth is we don't know. And even if that is a figure, we don't know if there's any incentive that goes along with that, or And also, this is something that you never hear anyone mention, but $100 million deal. Let me tell you how lucrative $100 million deal can be, aside from just the face value of it. I'm going to tell you a story that I just heard from Charles Barkley the other day. Charles Barkley, I think he had a deal with Nike for, I think it was $3 million a year. And Michael Jordan asked him, no, not asked him. He told him, he said, I seen your contract. He just told him, I seen your contract. I believe that's how the story goes. He said, what are you gonna do? What do you need all that money for? And Charles Barkley said, what do you mean? He said, you don't need all that money now, do you? He said, well, So Michael Jordan told him, he said, listen, tell them to pay you $1 million and give you the rest in stock options. See, nobody mentions this ever, but as I understand, Oprah's $3 billion fortune, or $2.7 billion fortune, whatever it is, it did not come from a paycheck. Oprah became the executive producer of her show when it was syndicated. And so, as an executive producer, she gets part of the production rights. And of course, when King World, who owned CBS, and everybody got involved, Oprah began to get those stock options from CBS and King World. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say to you is that in all likelihood, Oprah owns a big chunk of a television network. Why do you think she has so much loyalty to CBS? Why do you think her Harry and Meghan interview was on CBS? She was originally syndicated through ABC. And then at some point, it went over to CBS. So that's where her money comes from. You always want the production right. Merv Griffin of the Merv Griffin Show, some of you all might remember him. He was a big-time producer. Johnny Carson, big-time television producer. Bill Cosby, producer. Remember when Bill Cosby was worth like, $800 billion? And people said he was about to buy the network? That's where that money comes from, is from that production right. So it's not like, now, mind you, I don't know for certain. I just keep hearing that. But once you get those stock options, what are the chances they can take it away from you? I don't think there is a chance. By the way, thank you, Joe Garcia, for the super chat. So in other words, Harry and Meghan may have doubled that money. Who knows? They may have doubled whatever the contract was, because the global pandemic started. Well, not the actual start, but they began to shut things down in March, right? March of 2020. And at that time, the value of Netflix increased a whole hell of a lot. And why did that value go up so high? Because everybody was at home watching television. Any streaming service that was available at the time that wasn't making money must have been doing something terribly wrong. So they can say 100 million, but they don't know how they were paid that money. Get what I'm saying? They don't know how they were paid that money. Most smart people, especially people who have great financial advisors, they're taking the stock options. So if you are ever in that position where you can get those stock options, take the stock options. Oh, did they? I didn't know that. But they own so much. Disney owns a lot. Disney owns a lot. Exactly. Yep, exactly. That's all I'm saying. Is this a possibility? It is a huge possibility. And um you know, what's his name? Musk. Musk is paid with stock. A lot of very smart people are being paid with stock options, not just a cash paycheck. Paycheck, that is. So um there's a lot of things that could be at play. And so that figure that's been thrown around, like I said about the other thing about know how they say, oh, when the Democrats get the black vote, they just disappear. It sounds logical, but it may not necessarily be the truth. And there's a lot of things that sound so logical. And if you keep repeating it, people believe it. So if you keep saying that $100 million deal, of course, everybody's going to believe it. Nobody's going to look any further than that. But if you just open up your mind to some other possibilities, you might find that you're closer to the truth that way than listening to the tabloids. So, anyway, that happened today. I hope that didn't upset you guys, but that happened. Over there on the left, you can see congrats, Meghan. It's officially launch day for As Ever. Running over for some of your sold out honey, please. That is from Miss Tracy Robbins. And there on the right, you can see Tracy Robbins also posted on her Instagram. She's wearing the t-shirt, the mama t-shirt, liked by Meghan and the other Mrs. Robbins and others. Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy Robbins, please. Okay, I can see what's going on there. But yeah, so listen, Sonia Johnson, you're not the only one. I didn't put the name of the person who wrote that, but you're not the only one. But can we talk about that box, though? Can we talk about the box? I wish and I hope and I pray that they have a box set that's available. So that's kind of like a press package. Elizabeth is a reporter, and that is a press package. So as a reporter, she, I don't know I don't know who she writes for, but I think I don't know who she writes for, but she's a member of the press. And I'm going to imagine that perhaps some of the people, the leftover royals, have received that, maybe. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, as a courtesy, receive those gift boxes. Let's see over here. Oh gosh, what does that say? That is kind of small, small, small. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Jennifer Walsh. That's Jennifer Walsh, obsessed with all the As Ever products, which sold out in minutes. So proud of you, Meghan. I'm in love with everything, especially the flower sprinkles that I don't know how to ever live without. Also, she's got her products already set up there. And then who is that? Maddie something. Sold out in less than an hour. And then, of course, online, Marie Claire, Town and Country, Feminagra, Harper's Bazaar, Glazia, they all have noted that the entire set of products sold out in less than an hour. I doubt it. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I don't believe that extends to, over yonder. I'm going to say no to that. And Netflix says what's the most searched recipe with love, Meghan? The honey lemon cake with raspberry. Let's get into it. So they say that is the most searched recipe. I would have thought it was the one pot spaghetti, but maybe just for their site. Netflix promoting their business partner. Launch product are sold out. Bring more and then launch in Europe, UK to be precise. Meghan should change her name from Sussex to Meghan Success. Okay, that was a quote from a squatty. And then right here, you can see the Tudum. That is a Netflix online magazine. Recreate the magic of With Love, Meghan at home with as ever. Well, we would if it wasn't sold out. You guys, I had both boxes of mix. I had 2 of the raspberries. I had the honey. I had the tea, the sprinkles. I had everything. And all that was left were those 2 boxes. I had everything in my cart. Everything. Do you hear me? Everything. Everything. I had everything in my cart. Meghan Markle finally claps back at haters who says she's unrelatable. The Duchess of Sussex continues to take pop culture by storm thanks to her new home and lifestyle show on Netflix, and she's not letting critics steal her shine. Meghan Markle remaining that is unbothered by the negativity when it comes to her rebrand as the newest queen of home and lifestyle, and she's finally silencing her critics once and for all. Speaking in a new interview with the New York Times on Tuesday, Markle took the time to address those online who had nothing positive to say about her new show, With Love, Meghan, and her subsequent home good line as ever, which officially launched on Wednesday. To be specific, that is, many came for the Duchess over her use to the expensive cookware line Le Creuset during her show, and used that as further proof that she was out of touch with everyday women and unrelatable. That is just so silly. That is so silly. And as a result of that, look at how much cookware, and not only Le Creuset, but that other brand that they sell at Target, I forget the name of it, but it costs much less than Le Creuset. The quality is not as good, but it's pretty good. And it feels heavy and substantial, but it's just not Le Creuset. And I know this because one of the people that was showing off her Le Creuset pointed out that she had purchased one of those bargain lookalike pans, and you could see that there was a difference in the quality, right? So I'm not just saying that to sound elitist. I'm just saying it's not Le Creuset. So yeah, that is one of the things that I notice is that Le Creuset, the quality is far superior than most cookware. I mean, there's some good ones out there. I'm sure there's others that are pretty good, but you get your money's worth from Le Creuset. Now, in her new interview, Marco is defending her show and her rebrand, telling the outlet that she's always been into cooking and that she's been working ever since she was 13 years old. She also explained that her new venture isn't a way for her to marry what she loves to do at home with work. She says, I need to work and I love to work. This is a way I can connect my home life and my work, she says. As far as Le Creuset criticism and her new era as the next B. Smith or Martha Stewart goes, Marco remained incredulous at the backlash and stressed that she hasn't always lived the life as she has now. This is a thing in 2025, she says. Don't they know my life hasn't always been like this? Unfortunately for the Duchess, this is definitely a thing, albeit a truly absurd one. Fortunately, though, it doesn't appear that the bad chatter is doing anything to dampen her launch, as all 8 products from her line have officially sold out. And not only did they sell out, they sold out in less than 1 hour's time. Our shelves may be empty, but our heart is full, she wrote in an Instagram post on Wednesday. We sold out in less than 1 hour, and I can't thank you enough for celebrating, purchasing, sharing, and believing. It's just the start. So Meghan is aware of the things that are being said, and in spite of that, she just keeps moving. And as she said, I haven't always lived like this. And unfortunately, the tabloids, they love to paint this life of privilege where her father was a was it lighting director or whatever, basically a blue collar job. I mean, it paid well, but it was a blue collar job. It was in the film industry, but it was a blue collar job. So, there's a lot of people that fetch coffee and do all kind of stuff in the film industry, and not everybody gets rich. So, she worked. She's been working since she was 13, but they don't want to accept that. They want to paint this picture of her as being this privileged Southern California princess. Meghan doesn't have to explain to those jealous trolls about her finances, while Camilla is called a queen. Yeah, well, it's like I said, Black women, they always want to know where your money's coming from. How did you pay for that? Well, they paid for it. They really did pay for it because When I say they, I do mean the trolls. The whole Le Creuset, what do you call it, revolution, that was one for the record books. That really, really drove the point. And not only Black women, but all types of women from every walk of life really embraced the movement. And it was something that I could not have imagined would happen. And yet there we were. There we were. All of those TikTok videos. It's just starting to quiet down a little bit, but all of those TikTok videos, I mean, I was so proud. That made me feel so proud. It was encouraging. So some of this negativity, it just does not bother me. Do you know how much worse off I think a lot of us would have been with the whole Sophie thing if there hadn't been all this like celebration leading up to the release of the products? We would have been kind of running on an empty tank, but we were just fueled up and ready to cruise. So it takes the sting off of everything else, I believe. Yeah, that's what they were saying. The New York Times article is that it started off a bit shady, then it was kind of, it kind of had its like a roller coaster. It had its ups and downs, its peaks and valleys. So it's a big letdown when you look at some of those articles because if nothing else, Feminagra demonstrates that you can write about the Sussexes without being negative and nasty and having to explain about their deal with Netflix. That is so vulgar to me. The deal with Netflix. Oh my God. And the other day, what is that troll's name? The one that writes for Newsweek. He was on television so gleefully declaring on British television that the Netflix contract is going to be over soon. And he had this half-witted smile on his face. And I'm just like, why are you sitting there getting aroused by the idea of someone's life being troubled or ruined? Or why is that such a turn on? Why is that such a turn on? And it's so petty. It's like they're schoolyard bullies. It's like they're schoolyard bullies. An American magazine, Newsweek, an esteemed magazine, has been hijacked by the British tabloid media, the Rupert Murdochs of this world, and they take something like Newsweek and turn it into a gossip rag. When this whole right-wing movement has been done away with, and I hope it happens soon, it makes us very reactive, depressed, agitated. That's what it does. That's what it does, because they depend on your anger and your anxiety to read their stories, to give them the engagement that they want. And so people have kind of blended the reality of what's really going on with this soap opera storyline. It's really sad because it it's not just the people that buy it, the people that consume it, but it has an effect on the greater society. And the politicians depend on it so much, they won't do anything to stop it. They won't do anything to stop it. Don't you think it's crazy that um, let's take for instance the migrants um, in the UK. You house them in hotels, some of them very nice hotels that really were not turning profits. And you're paying all this money to keep these able bodied people in hotels. You won't let them work, but it's just enough to keep the public angry so that the politicians could use it to leverage power, which is the same thing that they do in every country. They do that here in the United States. But if anybody had told me on Harry and Meghan's wedding day that they would be part of this daily news cycle, that Harry and Meghan would get blamed for everything. And then every time somebody wants to write a book, if they're trying to sell a book about any member of the royal family, the most prominent names is always going to be Harry and Meghan. You just cannot write a book about the royals without including Harry and Meghan. And what's really bad about that is that there's some real stories that are just slipping right past because they are so busy talking about the Sussexes. There's some juicy stuff there, especially Charles and Camilla. I mean, they made a lot of money off of them, but nothing like what they're getting from Harry and Meghan. Nothing like that. Let's see here. It says Meghan is accused of using marketing ploy so as ever range sells out minutes after going live, including $15 flower sprinkles and $28 honey. Of course, that headline is designed to get a reaction. But let me tell you something. Because Meghan had a phenomenal day, they have to come up with this fake storyline that there was a marketing ploy. There's no such thing as a marketing ploy. Either you market something or you don't. There's no such thing as a marketing ploy. You only say marketing ploy because somebody is winning and somebody else is losing, and you don't like the one that's winning. So if you don't like who's winning, then you got to say ploy, because that's the only way to explain why Meghan has had one of the most successful days of her married life. That's the only way to explain it. It's to say that she did something underhanded, right? I mean, think about Barack and Michelle Obama. Yes, they may have Ivy League degrees, right? Michelle Obama, the only double Ivy League first lady, the only one, the best educated first lady. And the only way that they can accept that is to say that she got some kind of a free pass. Barack Obama got some kind of a free pass. That's the only way they'll justify that. Otherwise, how else do you explain that someone who's worked hard their entire life, how else do you explain that they are, at the top of the food chain? and that the people that are complaining, their lives are rather inconsequential, mediocre. How else do you explain that? It causes a great deal of resentment because there will never be a satisfactory justification. Now, it's impolite to ask the focus of their hostility and frustration. It's not polite to ask people how did you do this? Where did you get that? But they do it anyway. As a matter of fact, they turn it into a public debate. They're not satisfied until everybody's asking the question, how did you get ahead? How have you been so successful? They're not satisfied until everybody's talking about it. And then that's when they start to build their case. They'll build their case. That's the only way that Trump could get in the White House, was to run against Barack Obama. He literally ran against Barack Obama. He's always been obsessed with Barack Obama, not because he cares, but because he knows that will anger people into voting for him and cheating for him. They're all full of vinegar, just
bitter. And somebody needs to say it. Bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter.
They are bitter, bitter, bitter. Okay. Now, let's see. YM Droid says, sleeping your way to being a queen consort of England while looking like a bag of mildewed leather is unrelatable. Yet no one is mad at Cammie. Thank you, YM Droid. And you make an excellent point. Oh, LDSW, you are here. I'm glad for that. Oh, let me see here. TB isn't. Oh, that's not for me. It's for someone else. I'm sorry. Mildewed leather. Why do you make me envision myself in a thrift store in the like the leather goods section, and suddenly I've reached down into a bin and start pulling something out and pulling and tugging at it, and then all of a sudden I see this. Why are you making me get that vision in my head? Mildewed leather. I love it. Mildewed leather. Why? I suppose the sugars. Now, when you see sugars, you know that that's a deranger. I suppose the sugars will add it all to their credit cards, which they are still paying off their Le Creuset purchases. And then someone else says, who's willing to pay this much for these products? Oh, yeah. So that's actually where it started. And then the one at the top, that was in response to it. Who's willing to pay this much for these products? More people than there were products, that's for sure. More people than there were products. That's who was prepared to pay that much. I find that rather offensive. I find that rather offensive because even without saying it, the fact that they use the term sugars, that right there lets you know that they are saying they're Black. Can they really afford that stuff? That's what they're saying. How does somebody Black afford Le Creuset? That is what the real point is. That's what they're trying to say. How can you afford that? Yep, racist. Very racist comment. And Nana's response to today was nonverbal. Someone sent me a image of Nana from today. Her nonverbal response to Meghan's her nonverbal response to Meghan's a complete sale of products today. That's it right there. She was nonverbal. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker and thank you for being here today. Yeah, it was a nonverbal response. More of a pout. She's pouting. Well, Gums didn't take it too well. Meghan, as ever, shop is live, and the prices are fairly ridiculous. A literal luxury splurge that won't appeal to anyone as to get everything cost over, what is she saying? Cost over $100. The most expensive is a jar of honey, which was $28 and already sold out. You know, she's actually a fan. You guys know that. Gums is actually a fan. She's a fan. She's a fan. She's a fan. The website was also glitching for the keepsake spread, one of the worst ideas ever. But, now this is the important part, but I'm going to review what I can so you don't have to, because I can write it off on my taxes. Are her products winning or losing? I'll let you know. But just based on the prices, she'll turn people off as they're needlessly greedy for what they are. Her premium is that she's Duchess. That's it. Now, listen, you guys. You all know that she bought everything she could. Everything. She's actually a fan. I really do believe that she's a fan. And one of the ladies on the Twitter said that as soon as she gets her raspberry spread, she's going to sit at home and take her finger and just smear it all over her gums and teeth. No. She's just going to smear it all over her gums. That's what she's going to do. That's the way she eats things. She smeared on her gums. And because she's barely human, she smears it on her gums. And then there's an enzyme in her saliva that actually breaks down the food. And that's how she eats it. So it is an anomaly to the medical world. Nobody is sure exactly how she does it, but her gums can break down flesh, bone, hair, anything. It could just break it down. And yeah, and if you don't recognize this photo, this is that troll that took that photo with Kate Middleton. Yeah, she's an absolute troll. Yeah, I forget what her name is. I think her name is oh gosh. Anyway, she tried to hide her name, but you know the Sussex squad found out who she was. And let me tell you, when I say they figured out who she was, they got her whole tea. They know everything about her. She tried to keep her name private. She tried to keep it confidential, but somebody in the Sussex squad was able to sort it out. Well, most of the derangers are from sci-fi, from the sci-fi world. There is no medical, scientific way to explain the existence of these trolls. There's no logical way to explain it. You have to go to sci-fi in order to tell their story. Yeah, but she's a weirdo. She's gonna get that jar and just open it up and just start slathering it all over her gums. I had to block a video from Tammy Faye Baker's lost grandchild, Kinsey Schofield. If they ever put those two together, it's going to be nothing but mascara and gums. Listen, I can take a hint. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it so everyone will know who you're speaking of. Let me see. Kinsey Schofield. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Oh God, I got a lot of funny pictures of her. She hasn't been on my radar that much lately. She rarely ever pops up on my algorithm because I have been very successful at avoiding her. Oh, there she is right there. There she is. See there? I'm going to tell you something you do not want to hear. In the state, in the states that is, a conversation is Harry and Meghan needs to apologize. They need to move back to the UK, said LA-based royal expert Kinsey Schofield. You know, she only speaks that way for the haters, for all of those people who really believe they're going to wake up one day and see that Harry has packed up all his things and fled to the safety of Kensington Palace. It's not based in reality. It's just maintaining their base. That's all it is to keep people engaged and watching. But there you go. She looks like Tammy Faye Baker. Seems like Tammy Faye Baker, God rest her soul, maybe as a teenager in high school, maybe how do I put it? Maybe she got in trouble and decided to put the baby up for adoption. And so maybe Kinsey Schofield is adopted and she don't even know it yet. Yeah, she's probably adopted. And if you look at her face, she does kind of look like both Tammy Faye and the husband, doesn't she? She really does look like she could be their child. Oh, happy birthday. Whose birthday? Perlina answer. Happy birthday. Yes, Kinsey Schofield. Let me try one more. Oh, do you guys remember when Kinsey Schofield went over to the UK and she decided that maybe it wasn't safe for her to be over there, and she decided to disguise herself? Do you guys remember that? She decided, yeah, there it is right there. She disguised herself as Wonder Bread. She actually walked all over central London looking like a big giant loaf of Wonder Bread. Yep. She walked all over central London disguised as Wonder Bread. It was probably the smart thing to do. I mean, with all of that makeup that she's wearing, she might have found herself arrested by a vice officer or something. Now, take a look here. Zandy Sussex says, even the derangers are sick of their own crap. Like right here, it says, just for the good of the order, just for the good of the order, Meghan Markle can sell her products without the trademark being finalized. When you file a trademark with the United States, whatever trademark office, patent and trademark office, it publicly reveals your business plan and product plans so others can challenge them. Not all the time, but sometimes it's smart to show. Let me see. And then she followed that up with, for your information, Meghan does not need a trademark in order to sell her products. I keep seeing that comment and it's totally false. Well, anyway, so Poodle Frump says, I'm also sick of seeing that misinformation when individuals disseminate falsehoods in an attempt to undermine Meghan Markle. They risk harming other businesses as well. I cannot believe they're having that conversation. Agreed. I found it incredibly annoying her products were available for purchase and people did so. But I've seen endless posts saying that it was all a publicity stunt. Very annoying. Like I said, she's really a fan. She is a fan. She is a fan. And then Mary Lou says, keep doing her PR, honey. Enjoying your unboxing video. And then Kathy says, last I saw, the trademark was approved. I cannot believe they're even having that conversation, to be honest with you. That is the Queen of Belgium. Do you guys remember what a big fuss Camilla made about not wanting to hold hands with Brigitte Macron? This has been something that has happened from time to time with first ladies or any wife of the head of state. And so you can see here that, oh gosh, where were they at? Were they in Vietnam or Malaysia, wherever they were? Much to everyone's surprise, the Queen of Belgium took her hand and they walked together and, you know, exchanged pleasantries and such. It just really reminds you exactly how petty Camilla is, what a petty, awful person, especially to cause embarrassment to the First Lady of France. It was unnecessary. It was heavy-handed, rude. In other words, it was Camilla, one of the trashiest people who's ever lived. Very Camilla. And then, just like a drunkard, she missed the mark and turned and walked away too fast. Queen Matilda, is that how you say it? Matilda? Thank you very much. Yeah. Rude, rude Camilla. Very rude. What do you think of this? Apple teases new emojis of female artists for the upcoming iOS 18.5 update. Now, I think I can recognize a few of them. On the left at the top, I don't know. Beyonce, Fenty, what's her name? Anyway, and that's on Ariana, right? I don't know who that is with the pink hair. That's oh gosh, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift. And then who is that on the bottom at the right? Oh, the top left is Selena Gomez. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, Selena Gomez, Beyonce, why do I always forget her name? Fenty. Why do I forget her name? Does she use just one name? Rihanna. Thank you, Rihanna. And okay, so and then who's the blonde at the top? I don't know who that is. Hey, can somebody put all of them in order? Can somebody put them all in order so we'll know? Sabrina Carpenter, who the hell is that? Yeah, if somebody can put them all in order so we'll have it. While you're doing that, let's do a birthday salsa for Perlina Answer. Okay, let's do a birthday salsa for her to wish her a happy birthday. And then when I come back, we can figure it out, right? I'll look for it. All right, happy birthday. Okay, so Okay, so the bottom is Nicki Minaj, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and Ariana Grande. So who's at the top? Who's at the top? Oh, Lydia Washington says, okay, that is Selena? Oh, really? Okay. Doesn't look like her. Okay, Selena, Beyonce, Rihanna, Ariana, Cardi B, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and Nicki Minaj. Oh, okay. Oh, Selena Gomez. That's Selena. Okay, I was thinking the other Selena. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Now, Slow Burn Shipper is of the opinion that Lana Del Rey, not Selena. Okay, Lana Del Rey. The eyes aren't the right color for Selena. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, I don't know exactly how one uses these emojis, but that's okay. They'll find a purpose. So when they do the next update, I guess we'll have these available. That'll be fun. The soil resists the storm may roar, yet still we push, we labor more. For in the end, the fruits will show. The seeds of effort always grow. The sweetest taste, the richest prize is born from work beneath the skies. And that is Daniel Martin. That DM means Daniel Martin. Daniel wrote that about the little clip right here. As you know, Daniel Martin, that photographer guy, and the other guy, they spent some time, the three gentlemen that Meghan mentioned yesterday, they spent some time with her just before, the big reveal or the sales day or whatever. So this is actually not even a video. It is like if you blink, you would miss it. But what's happening here is Meghan is reaching onto the tabletop there, and then she pulls the jar of jam away. So I'll show you in just a second. Anyway, those are the three gentlemen that she thanked yesterday, including Daniel Martin. And then you see there, you can kind of see in the two frames that she's doing a motion. So the white board in the background is to even out the light on the table there. And I don't believe Meghan's face is seen in the video. If you look to your left side, there's a monitor. So the camera, in all likelihood, is overhead. And so whatever they were filming is Meghan reaching onto the tabletop and doing something with the jam. So I don't know if that's something we'll see in the future or if it's something we've seen already. But as you can see, Meghan does actually do that herself. They don't have anyone stand in for her. And what's really cool about this is that should the kids decide to go into filming or whatever, they will have some firsthand experience from watching mommy work. Well, mommy and daddy, because Harry and Meghan both appear on camera and do public speaking all the time. So I'm pretty sure they're going to grow up with lots of confidence and on firsthand knowledge of what it is to be a public figure and address a crowd or whatever. So that's a good thing. And you can see Meghan's phone right there on the tabletop. Yes, so you guys, she is working. She's, doing things a step at a time, but it is real work. And you know what else? I'm done. That's it for now. I will see you all later or tomorrow, whichever applies. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to stick around for a little bit and look at some comments and such. And also, let me go over here to Twitter because I like to go on Twitter and see what's new, what's the latest, what's going on. See if there's any new updates or anything. Sussex Squad Era of Joy. Okay, they just posted that? Oh, no, that's from the 30th. And Feminagra, they have an article saying that Sophie Chanduka mismanaged over £500,000 in consultancy fees. The shocking facts. Now, see, if we can just get the other media people to talk about that. But it's been interesting to see some of the most vicious trolls ever uh, pretty much defending Harry, including that beast Camilla Tominey. I was in shock. Oh, by the way, you guys, I ordered my pinch bowls last night. Remember I said I was going to get the Le Creuset, the pinch bowls, the cheapest thing I could find? I ordered those last night. My Le Creuset pinch bowls. They come in 6 colors: lavender, teal, yellow, like an apple green, and the kind of flaming orange color and that flaming looking red color. So yeah, I ordered my pinch bowls. You can use them for dipping sauces and other stuff, and you could also use them for a pinch of this and a pinch of that. So at least I will experience the Le Creuset on a much smaller scale. And I'm getting free shipping. They had a code for free shipping, so I took advantage of that. So aside from the cost and the tax, I'm saving some money. Wow. An Yves Saint Laurent bag costs $3,150 just for a crossbody. $3,150 for a crossbody. Wow. Oh, DSW says the only Le Creuset that I have added is the large 5-quart brazier for potluck and holiday meals with family. I already have the 3.5-quart regular household use. Yeah, I'm going to get one of those braziers. I'm going to try to do the outlet store so I can see if I can save some money like that. Oh, thank you, Mary H. Thank you, but as far as I know, I don't think Meghan know I exist. uh, and I'm not a member of the press, but it would be nice. That would really bake my noodle. That would really bake my noodle. When the Clever Blend came out, I made sure that I got the whole Clever Blend set, including the thermal mug and the little hand blender thing. I remember my aunt that passed away. She was so excited to order anything that Meghan came up with, but gosh, even if she was still alive, she probably wouldn't have been able to get it. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. The royal rota have a hierarchy of whom to attack, punching down on Sophie. Trump's punching down on a royal like Prince Harry. Okay. So I'm looking at that comment. I'm not, is that like part of an ongoing conversation or something? Not that, of course, but someone else's comment. And it's a name I've never seen before. Mm-hmm. Queen the Empress? What are you talking about? Does that in any way reflect the conversation that we're having right now? This is very cryptic. Yeah, I'm not sure what it means, but it's very cryptic. Are you on the right page? Are you like responding to us, but you really mean to respond to someone else? Because I am totally lost. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, it has two links open? Oh, I see. It's just very weird. I've never seen this person before. Anyway, you guys, I am done. So have a good night or good morning. Wow, that is very cryptic, though. Oh, is that what that is? Yeah, that's kind of ugh. Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't follow any of it. I don't recommend it. Yeah, Queen the Empress, we're not tarot card people here. Yeah, might be trying to get to another channel. Oh well. Again, you guys, good night. God bless. Thank you all for watching Royal Sussex. And I do pray that everyone who wants a you know, some more stuff from the collection that you can get what you need. I managed to grab the cookie mix and the oh gosh, what is the other one I got? The cookies and the crepes. The crepes. I wonder if that's a bot or something. That's so cryptic though. I've never seen that person. Oh, looked like Harrison Ford took a train in New York. Isn't that something? Harrison Ford hopped on the subway in New York. And some people don't even know who he is. He's wearing some big black glasses. but it looks like Black Grid or whatever is following him onto the train. Oh, the lady sitting down in front of him, she seems to know who he is. At least she's smiling at him. Yeah, I think that's Harrison Ford. Hey, Lori Lewicki, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's not a shame. Take a perfectly good American legacy magazine like Newsweek, Time and Newsweek, and USA. No, what is it? U.S. News and World Report. I think that was another magazine. I know, wasn't it very cryptic? Almost like somebody just put a spell on us or something. I think they just kind of got confused about which site they're on. They probably mean to be on somebody else's webpage. Once again, you guys, I am done. I'm just sitting here looking at stuff. Oh, I was supposed to be checking the Instagram, or not Instagram. What is that? Twitter. See if there's anything interesting. Yeah, I don't see anything. Wow, that's interesting. Those cryptic messages, and then they're gone for good. Well, if nobody has any more comments, uh, if nobody knows who Zachtronic is, yes, there was lots of tornado warnings today. Oh, Perlina Answer, you are quite welcome, and happy birthday again.
just approach this from a logical standpoint. I know that's probably foreign to you, but walk with me. You can even hold my hand if need be. As Ever was founded by Meghan, yes, but it's not just Meghan like in her kitchen whipping up jams. Like, you understand that, right? As Ever is an actual company, a business, a corporation.
Say, do you guys have time for? I cannot believe all y'all are still here. There's still over 700 people here. I'll share this with you though. Let me grab a slide and then I'll share this little sound bite with you. I haven't actually listened to it myself yet, so we'll discover it together. Because the derangers or somebody is saying that I know, hang on to your wigs. They said that Meghan faked her selling out of product. And this person is going to explain why that is ridiculous. Not that we even should dignify it with a response, but what the hell? Since they've gone through the trouble. And this is from someone on TikTok. Any Javita? Annie Javita? Something like that. Yeah, but this is from a TikTok person. I'm trying to get her photo up here, and so far I have not been successful. Let me try something else here. Just so y'all can get a reference of who she is. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, the little boy blue and the man on the moon. Okay. So, can you make out that name? Because I can't. Let me do this for you.
You can tell who's never ran a business before. Let's just approach this from a logical standpoint. I know that's probably foreign to you, but walk with me. You can even hold my hand if need be. As Ever was founded by Meghan, yes, but it's not just Meghan like in her kitchen whipping up jams. Like, you understand that, right? As Ever is an actual company, a business, a corporation with employees, grown employees, married employees with kids who have real California bills to pay. Like, what exactly would any of them get out of stocking 5 of each product? There was what, about 20 products? So they've sold 100 products and the entire company is going to get paid from that? Like, I just wonder, like, at what point does reality enter the chat when y'all are thinking and discussing Meghan Sussex? Also, outside of that, acting like stocking 5 of each of those products and selling out of them within minutes is not a success is within of itself just ignorant. I want you to try it. Take your best pictures, mix up your best recipes, put together your best website, promote it to your best ability, and then put it out there and see what happens. Stock just 5 each. Tell me how quickly you sell out. You can tell who's never ran a business before. Let's just approach this.
Okay, I'm not sure I understood that, but there you go. I don't know. I didn't really understand that. Did you all? Yeah, she kind of lost me. Oh well. Um, there'll be more of that to come in the next few days. As if Netflix, as if Netflix. It's kind of like the thing with Harry and Meghan never had children. Um, you mean to tell me the same palace that's trying to destroy them would play along with this whole thing about um, whether or not they actually have children? That's ridiculous. How does that work? Exactly how would that work? The answer is it doesn't. You can never make sense out of that. Um, okay, this is weird, but I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I'm trying to okay. I'm trying to highlight or change. I want to change the image that's up there, and me pushing the buttons is not changing anything. That is so weird. I think I need to restart my computer. That's what it is. I can't even exit out of the thing right now. Okay, let me try something here. It's kind of glitchy for some reason. Like I cannot even take this picture away. So I'm going to go to another screen and try to do it like that. Okay. All right. That's working. Did I just like lock something? I feel like I locked myself out of the screen. Okay, I got that to work. Oh, Lord. I don't know what's going on here. But okay, finally. I was trying to take that away and it wouldn't let me do it. I think there's another computer update coming up soon, so hey, I wonder if that's what happened to me this morning when I was trying to, okay, there we go. That is so weird. It's like my computer would not respond. Oh, the audio is glitchy? Yeah. Okay. I probably just need to either restart my computer or there's an iOS update coming up soon. Yeah, anytime they're doing the updates, it start acting a bit weird. Yeah, but it would not respond to my touch. It would not respond. Okay, now that's working. Yeah, I just need to need to do a restart on the computer, that's all. I'll do that. I'll cut it, as a matter of fact, when I go to bed, I'll just cut it off and leave it off till morning. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, you know what? That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. Okay. I No, I accidentally did that just now. So if as ever comes on later this morning and I'm sleeping, just give me a holler. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I the whole Holmes thing, I don't know what to think about that. But people change, right? And I think maybe she just got caught up in the whole uh hypercritical thing. Maybe that was what they wanted at the magazine or wherever she was working at the time. And who knows, maybe she has written an apology. It is possible that she sent and asked for an apology. I mean, if that is the case, we'll probably never know it, but maybe she asked for an apology. Or should I say, maybe she apologized to Meghan privately and discreetly, and maybe they had a conversation or something like that. It's possible. Oh, hey, God's child. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we don't just have to stay angry with someone. I've had to deal with that with one of my relatives where actually a couple of my relatives where we had a huge falling out. And I just put that stuff in the past and just left it there. So hopefully Holmes has atoned for her sins, whatever they were. Maybe she has atoned for her sins and everybody's ready to move on. Ooh, now see, I didn't see that. Well, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I'm hoping that she has made amends for the things she said and done. And yes, there are some people in media that do not address the hate comments in their social media and such, and they really should. But I'm going to tell you what's kind of weird about her is that she seems to be obsessed with dressing like Meghan, and not just Meghan, but one of the more disturbing, one of the craziest. I would just have to show you. I would just have to show you because I don't think you would believe me if I just said so. So let me see if I can find that. It was so weird that I saved it. Now, you might think that's somebody's grandmother from the old country wearing her babushka, her comfortable shoes. But no, that is Queen Elizabeth on the left and Elizabeth Holmes on the right. Yeah. She seems to be obsessed with dressing up like famous people. Especially just about anything that Meghan wears, she will buy it. If she can afford it, she will buy it. And the pants, I think she has the pants. So I don't know if we should, do anything about that, but you see what I mean there? She looked like one of those actresses that played the Queen. And that's why I saved it, because if I just told you, I'm not sure you would believe me. So I saved it. "1992, a year that I shan't look back upon with undiluted pleasure." Philip, 1992, a year that I shan't look back upon with undiluted pleasure. Well, you know what? I got some nerves because I probably walk around the house all day talking like Queen Elizabeth. I might be just as crazy as she is. Mad as a hatter. You know what we need, though? You know what we need right now? This is what we need. Let me see here. Ready for it? Let's do it.
How's it look, Meghan?
You're looking amazing, Meghan.
Isn't that something? Meghan wears a brown coat, a mock turtleneck, some just some wide leg slacks, some aviator glasses. And if I recall, they talked about this for days. They talked about it for days. And then, of course, they even put the links to buy it. But remember, irrelevant Meghan, so irrelevant. For days they spoke about this. All because she went to lunch. You can't see your membership? Oh, it's not showing. That's weird. Yes, where's your membership? Uh-oh. Connie Balmer, what happened? Yeah, I don't see your membership. You know what? Let me take a look and see if you're still a member. That is so weird. Wow. Connie Balmer, I don't know what happened. Well, all right, I'm looking at the list of members. Now, if I push the star, what does that star do? I don't know what that does. Connie Balmer, I don't know what happened. How many months were you a member? A long time, I know. Well, okay, now I don't see you here, but it doesn't mean that you're You know what? Let's wait until next time and see if it comes up. Yeah, but I do not see you here. Yeah, Connie Bomber, I'm sorry, I don't see you. Connie Bomber, what happened? I don't see you here. Yeah, sorry, I don't see you. Weird. Did you change your payment method or anything recently? Oh, yeah, thank you, Missy. See there, great minds think alike. So long, Sonia Johnson. Thank you for staying with us. Let me see. My eyes are starting to burn. Yeah, me too. Let's say good night then, or good morning. See you guys. Thank you very much. And thanks, everybody. I will see y'all next time.